Your station for everything new.
The sound is gonna be loud.
Power 95, where music lives.
Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of
Renwick and Thompson Limited
Agents for Western Union
and Beacon Insurance.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times
everybody. You guys hearing me? I think we have a little. You guys hearing me? Let me know. Are you hearing me? Yeah, I think we could. Yeah, a little mic issue, but I think I got that fixed. Just hang in there, guys. Just trying to get Scratch to help me out. All right, so we got it. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another ladies' room, another crazy situation we've got to deal with this morning. Like I said, I'm back with a bang. I'm not lying. I'm not even getting a chance to breathe. I swear, it's like there's a whole lot of problems in the world. And when you think you got problems, I mean, these situations are making folks, in relationships, it seems as though there's a lot of good things to celebrate in relationships. When you hear these things, it sort of gets you back on track and be like, yeah, yo, I thought I had it bad, but our folks are going through the most out here. Anyways, good morning, up and running. We up and running again. Morning, Sonia. Good morning, Christelle, Shauna, Dakota. Good morning. Shout outs to Ramos. Ramos been checking in from Jump. Good morning, Junies. Good morning, Jill. Linda is here. Krista is here. Good morning, Nerissa. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Jenna Lynn. Who else is here? Maureen, Isaac. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Krista in the building. Good morning, Audrey, Shante, Jason. Good morning, Michelle, Spicy Sweet Pea. Good morning. Morning, Rita. Good morning, Listra. Good morning, Debbie Crooney, Latouche. Morning, neighbor. Morning, Roseanne. Morning, Cindy. Thanks so much, Cindy. Appreciate you. Good morning, Suzanne, and everybody's in the room. Good morning, Della. Good morning, Wendy, Deidre. Good morning, Irvin. I've not seen you in a minute. Good morning, Sanda. Wendy's here. Hope you're having a good morning. Shout outs again to the folks in Canada. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Morning, Terry. Morning, Crystal. Who else is here? Good morning, Marishan. Candida. Morning. Giads. Morning, Roomies. Good morning, Michelle. I missed you guys so much. Good morning, Moisha. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Good morning, Spice First City Band. Good morning, Derek Cuffy. Tafazwa, good morning. Shirley Japal, good morning. Linky and everybody, welcome in the room. When you come early, you get shout out. When you come late, well, you just come to the back of the class, take a seat, don't touch nothing, and have a good morning. Alrighty? Debbie, you have work to do in the people place. Debbie, I want my jowl of rice today, please. That's what you need to be paying attention to. Yo, I can't stand your ways. Debbie, go and find out about the jowl of rice and the turkey for me, please. That's what I need you to do. All right? People always taking work you and give them. I need you to take work and go get my jowl of rice. Anywho's, we have a situation. Morning, Marlene. You're late. Don't touch nothing. Mary Peters, good morning. So we have another situation on hand, and for those of you who have not seen it as yet, let me just read this person's dilemma. And I'm happy the men are speaking up now. A lot of men are in the room. Never used to be that way before. Women dominated the room, but these days men are coming out and they're complaining and expressing their concerns and all of that too. So it's a bit long, so bear with me. I'll try to condense it as best as possible. So he says, my wife has gained so much weight. I've lost almost all attraction towards her. Let me start off, and he says, let me be clear. I love my wife. She's a great person, and she balances out my hardened nature with her kindness. However, I've lost pretty much all attraction towards her. When we first met, she was never a small girl, and that is completely okay. But she has put on probably 200 pounds or so since we met, and about 140 to 150 pounds since we've been married, and it's only 4.5 years total. I stopped initiating intercourse gradually, and I honestly didn't even notice it at first. Not until she broke down and started asking if I was cheating because we hadn't been deeply intimate for 2 to 3 weeks. Then I was thinking, wow, she's right. So I started paying more attention, and I really just started noticing why. The come to Jesus moment, and as a father had me cracking up, although it's a serious situation. The come to Jesus moment was when I saw her getting out of the shower and her stomach was flopped over her pelvic area and her boobs were just resting on her extended stomach. I was just thinking, I have zero interest in my wife's body. She knows she's overweight. I told her how I'm feeling and that it's having a direct effect on my physical attraction. I've tried encouragement, but ultimately we've fallen back into the sexless marriage routine. She wants kids, and honestly, I can barely maintain an erection during sex. let alone orgasm. I have to pretend I've ejaculated so she's content and doesn't have an emotional breakdown. I know that it's a little bit of enabling, but it seems like that is something I could never tell her. But I no longer want children with a mother that can't even go on a hike or do the most mundane physical activities without making an excuse. In a rare instance in my life, I have absolutely no idea what to do. Any ideas how to broach the subject again with a more successful narrative? Side note, my wife and I are of the same age, 29, and my looks are normal. I look fit. This, ladies and gentlemen, problems included, is a tough one because we all know weight is a ticklish thing. But one thing I've noticed to be very prominent to in all the in some of the responses on both pages is that people are saying they're actually having issues with him and talking about for better or worse. I don't subscribe to this better or worse because if I'm gonna get married for worse, then we have a problem. I might as well stay and fight upon my own. I'm getting married for better and better. What is it betterment? Good, better, best. Yes, things will happen, but to me, when you throw in this for better or worse, you actually take the worst as an excuse for you not to do certain things or blame that worse for you doing certain things. I honestly don't think worse have a place in it. We're getting married to be better for and to each other. Yes, like I said, it's life. Things happen. But not when you have people deliberately using the worst spot as an excuse to do whatever. Worse, weight is a personal choice you have to take responsibility for. People are very ticklish when it comes to the weight. Even slim people. Don't think about people who are slim because for years I've been very, 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 very low self-esteem because I was like, stick one, stick two. So not only people who are overweight have that problem, people who are underweight also have that problem because you wish you could be a little bit bigger and the people who are a little bit overweight wish they could be smaller. But it is a personal choice. You have to want to make the effort yourself. And as much as he could be encouraging and as much as he could be supportive, if she doesn't want to do it, there's absolutely nothing that he can do. He can't force her to get up in the morning. All he can do is encourage her to get up and get out of the house. Let's go walking. Let's change your eating habits. That's as best as, he can do. The rest is totally up to her. So why is he being blamed for being selfish? He wasn't attracted to somebody 300 pounds. And as much as we like to say, oh, looks are this, that, looks have a lot to play in any relationship. You're attracted to a person. Whatever features they have, you're attracted to it in some way. So we can't just discount it and say, oh, well, selfish and materialistic and, oh, how she look. It has an effect because it's at the point where he's not sexually attracted to her. And if you're in a relationship and you're not sexually attracted to your significant other, your spouse, whatever, then you have a problem. And the problem is, like he says, she's a very nice person, all of that, but he has issues with the weight that she gained over time. And it wasn't a 5 pound or 2 pound. It's a lot. And he's not attracted to her. I mean, we can't force people to be attracted to something they're not attracted to. We all like what we like. And he doesn't like the way she looks. Had a conversation with her. And it doesn't seem like she's too concerned about it or how it affects him. Even if she says, you know what, are we talking better or worse? Even if she didn't want to do it for herself, at least make a little effort. Let him see that, you know what, we had a conversation. He doesn't like it. Well, so let me try. Let me at least try and, see how much I can lose or how much I can, get it together because I'm seeing the effects it's having on our relationship. He's no longer sexually attracted to me. And that's going to lead to other problems because there she goes accusing him of cheating on her, which he claims not to be doing, but it's solely because of the way she looks. So I think it's unfair to throw in, oh, for better or worse. Worse sometimes are things you cannot control. Unless you're ill, unless she's been to the doctor and it's a medical problem, a health problem that's causing the weight gain, then that is something different. But if it's only due to eating and your eating habits, then that can be for better or worse. Better or worse is sickness to me, something you absolutely can't control. You're sick. You went to the doctor, you're diagnosed with some sort of illness. You can't control it. That is worse. You're falling on hard times, lost your job, and now we're trying to make ends meet. That's worse. not when you can do something about it, using worse as an excuse not to do better. Because he's saying how it affects him. And there's no way I'm with a man, I'm married to somebody, and he's saying, hey, I'm not attracted to you because of your wage. I'm not going to sit there and be comfortable with it and think that he has to deal with it because it's for better or worse. That is totally unfair if you ask me. What are you guys saying? What are your thoughts on it? Who says don't forget us? Online listeners. Morning, online listeners. So don't forget us. Good morning, Chiffon. Good to have you guys back. No, I have not forgotten you. All right. 440. Hold on. Let me hear what this person's saying here. Yeah, 440-9595. You can call or WhatsApp. WhatsApp. What is your take? How do you... Because the thing is, he's not looking to leave her. And folks are saying what he doesn't love her. Trust me, if that man didn't love that woman, he would have been gone. He wouldn't be asking for ways to help broach the subject. He's asking for ideas on how to broach the subject again with a more successful narrative, a more successful outcome. So that doesn't sound like a man that doesn't love his wife, because he'll be gone. He'll be out the door, Jack. Whatever. But he's looking for ways to do it, but he's just not attracted to her because of the drastic increase in her weight and her making no effort really to get it under control. He says he's tried encouragement and they've fallen back into the sexless marriage routine. You know, they say that when people get married, everybody get comfortable, and I never understand it. Y'all realize there are a lot of women outside here? So there's no way I'm going to give my spouse or significant other easy access to other people. You have to make it hard. You can't, you get married. And I hear a lot of men complaining and saying that is a problem they have to contend with daily in their relationship. They meet this woman, attractive, beautiful, always on point, put herself together, makeup, clothes, everything. Get married. Morning.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
That one is touchy.
Mm.
I absolutely, well, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you, the better the worse is exactly as you said. I did not even want to say better. The priest had to get me. I said for better for us.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Better for us.
For better for us. That is what when he said better for us, he said it about 3 times, and I said better for us, and he gave up.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the worst is, like you say, an accident, something that we cannot control. We fight through everything like that. If it's something I go looking for, she go looking for, don't put up this worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'm trying to give him something. I could understand him because I have never, ever in my long life, middle life, whatever life it is, been attracted to a woman that was weighing more than 160 pounds. Mm-hmm. Believe you me, I abhor any fat woman. I mean, it is one of the most disgusting things to see a woman's belly lapping like a bottom lip. But anyway, he could approach it in a way by telling her it is a health hazard, and he wants her around for a long time. And tell her, well, there are a lot of negatives about being unhealthy. And no one that weight is healthy. There's no one weighing 300 and whatever 100 pounds and healthy. As a matter of fact, I lost a cousin last week Thursday because she was massively overweight. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, my wife even told her about it, and she made a joke about it, and the joke my wife made come to pass, that she died. So yeah, I approached it from a health standpoint, telling her how he wants her around for a long time, but with that weight, they are accompanying like heart disease, diabetes, and all these other things. He does not necessarily like to tell her that he's not attracted to her sexually. I totally understand that part of it. Mm-hmm. But if you try to tell her from the health standpoint, mm-hmm. I can see she thing, and not just you're fat and you're unhealthy or whatever. Darling, with that weight you're putting on there, you want to die and leave me alone. You want to get a heart attack and have me struggling to keep you away. Mm-hmm. Let me try to do it. Let us die, and always say us, not to say you.
Mm-hmm. So like you're not in this alone. It's together.
Yeah, yes. Let us try. Let us try eating. He could eat the same thing with her, even though he like fried chicken. Give up the fried chicken.
So go on the journey with her.
With her. Mm-hmm. Team your fish. Eat veggies. Because, I mean, that is all I eat. Vegetables, I don't eat meat and that sort of thing. And it's a very healthy practice.
So on a journey together.
Yeah,
so she doesn't feel like, she's alone in that fight. I like that advice.
You can go and prepare a fancy meal in the house and thing and telling her, oh, she's not supposed to eat
Eat that while you're eating it.
while you're eating it. So we are going there together. Let us do this thing. And you could throw in on the side. I was thinking I was eating healthier and I'm healthier myself. So let us
Let's do it
get me
together.
pregnant. Let us go. But you got to approach it from that viewpoint.
I like that. Good advice.
All
Thanks so
right.
much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good advice. So you don't make them person feel guilty. I mean, I'm sure she's already conscious of the weight. And the last thing you need is somebody throwing that constantly in your face. Oh, you're overweight, or you're this, that, or the other. Nothing beats at your self-confidence than hearing that. Like I said, some people might think, okay, because people are slim, that you don't have that issue. But when you hear, oh, you're skinny, or you're thin, or you're figure, or you're a stick, or you're maga, or you're this, it also, jabs at your self-confidence and self-esteem. It took me years to get a good place where that was concerned. As I said, I was like a size 0 for years, and people used to like take it for a joke, or you're a stick, or whatever, but inwardly you internalized it and you felt away. So imagine being told that, oh, you're overweight, or you're fat, or you're this, you're that, or the other. It already takes a beating on your self-confidence. So, I mean, it's not something that you just, throw out and just throw in somebody's face. You have to be conscious of their feelings as well. But in the same breath, it has to be understood that, hey, we're in this together, but you have to make some changes. And he can't do it for her. At the end of the day, he can make suggestions. He can suggest they do it together, but the onus is on her to want to do it for herself, for her health. And if you're talking about having children, well, I mean, obviously you need to get it together, right? Because at this point, he's saying he's not interested in having child or children with somebody who is overweight to the point that they can't even go for a walk with their child. They can't go for a little hike or anything. Someone is saying too, he should have told her before they even got married, since she was never a small person. Maybe he was attracted to that much. But like he said, during the 4.5 years, the increase during that time is crazy. Because he says she's put on probably 200 pounds or so since we met. That's a drastic increase. So he probably was attracted to how he met her. And I was making that point before the caller. Somebody calling again. I was about to make the point again. Morning.
Aruna, my darling.
Hey, morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Hey, friend. Wago.
Watcha. I was waiting for you to come back. That's my first call, That's my first call since the vacation. Yes, I guess we went on vacation together.
Hey, well, good to have you back. Welcome back.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, what? That situation, there's no middle line. It's selfish. She is very selfish. Because imagine you have a man that don't want to leave you, he like you, and he's telling you, hey, babes, you're gaining a little too much weight. You need to lose something. Now he's thinking about your health. He's thinking about your medical bills. He's thinking about everything. So that man loves you. And you see that's no problem? No, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Trust me, I know. Something has to be very wrong with that person. I mean, some men like plus-size women. Some men like skinny women. But if the man met you as a skinny person or a slim person, and all of a sudden you get that woman have problems. Trust me. She had problems. Personal problems.
I can't be mad at him. At the end of the day, we like what we like. And if he doesn't like you being, that overweight, by all means, I mean, you should do something about it. You're gone? Anyway, let me check him, see what's going on this side. Hold on. The most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. And I know, like I said, she's probably not happy with herself, but she just needs to find the motivation. She just needs to want to do this. Someone says book her a therapy session or let her book one herself. Maybe you don't know what she's feeling or going through that she won't talk about with you. But she may talk about it with a professional that can likely break down that barrier you're trying to break. Continue to be her motivation while she seeks more help than you can offer her. One-on-one therapy for her and couples counseling for the both of you to work through this are needed because you clearly still love your wife. Someone says, why would you say that? Let the woman go. Stop wasting her time and let her find someone who will love her beyond her flaws. That is not a flaw. You expect her to stay the same way forever. Did you hit her head as a bit? Alchemist, you wait until they got this bad according to your standards to say something. That makes absolutely no sense. That is not a flaw. Like I said, how is gaining weight consciously, right? Due to no health issues, because he didn't mention anything to do with health. He just says that she gained that much weight. There's a lot of things that can contribute to weight: steroids, medication, certain illnesses, diseases, whatever can lead to that. So unless she got the all clear from a doctor that it's none of the above, and it's solely because of her eating and her eating habits, why is that a flaw? What would you say? I find it to be grossly unfair. I just think we put too much pressure on people, on each other. How is that a flaw? How would you? Because if he saw it as a flaw, he would have gone. He would bounce a long time ago. He wouldn't be here seeking help as to how to get through to her. Because to me, he clearly loves his wife. He could have used that as an excuse to go out or to leave or whatever, but he's still hanging in there because, like he said, she balances out his rough edges. He loves her. So why would you say to him to let her go? Okay, he lets her go, and she sits there, gain more weight, and eventually will develop into health problems. So she's alone, eating maybe because of the stress, and she gets sick. Who are you going to blame? He's still standing by her side and wanting to support her, wanting her to get help to lose some of the weight, which he thinks is a bit too much, and he doesn't like it. At the end of the day, we like what we like. And like I said, it goes case in point. You meet someone, you're attracted to what you see. They're well put together. And I've heard men say that all the time. They get married, boom. Sexy lingerie gone. Once in a blue moon. If you're lucky, a little Valentine. If you're lucky, your birthday. If you're lucky, Christmas, something nice. According to Sobeys, Big Josie, vest with hole, underwear with hole, anything. You're just showing anything, walking around the house whole day. Before that, before you got married, nice little lingerie coming out. Thing nice. As the man walked through the door, food. But you get comfortable because you figure you reach where you're going. Ring on finger in house, his wife. So me not do nothing again. I had the man already. I ring a wife. Whatever happens, happens after that. What happens to still maintaining and what happens to still being attractive for your husband? And vice versa. Why do you need to change up, to switch up? That's how he met you. Because he was attracted to what he saw. So why let yourself go to the point where he's no longer attracted to you? And someone is calling that a flaw. That is not a flaw. But at the end of the day, if she's comfortable with the weight gain and doesn't want to do anything about it, you're going to have to make some choices down the road to stay or to leave. Because like you said, what's the point being with somebody that you have absolutely no attraction for? Not attracted to the person in any way, shape, or form. Your wife passing and you're feeling disgusted. What you say? She barely. Maybe what you say about she barely do what? The man say, yeah, that come to Jesus moment, when you see the woman coming out of the shower and her stomach was flopped over her pelvic area and her boobs are resting on her extended stomach. And the thought came to him, he has zero interest in his own wife. Listen, you know how good it is every time you pass by your man or your husband that he can't keep his hands off of you? You have to tell him, leave you alone, give me a chance, let me breathe, let me relax, let me catch my breath. Compared to somebody losing all interest in you, listen, that has to be really hurtful. Imagine your husband not attracted to you and not initiating any sort of intercourse whatsoever for weeks. Are you comfortable with that and not prepared to do anything about it? Am I missing something here? Am I right or am I right? Jackie, goodbye. Jacqueline, I didn't even just see it. First comment he has a come back and the thing. Someone says he better stop blaming the woman for his failed erection. A little wicked. Karine says, what if she has a medical condition or contraceptives? These contribute to weight gain. That's what I'm saying, Karine. So I'm saying so that's what I said. That's the first thing they need to do. Go to the doctor and eliminate any medical issues. Find out if that is the reason or is it just because of her eating habits. Make sure you go to the doctor and figure out and get answers to the sudden weight gain. Like I said, there are a lot of things that contributes to sudden weight gain. So the important thing is go to the gym. Send me the gym. Go to the doctor, get tests, do whatever, and make sure that no sort of sickness is contributing towards your weight gain. Anything other than that, it's on you. Morning.
Good morning, Arona. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And for me, I would say that this woman does not love that man. And this woman needs to take accountability. And this is something that few women do not take into consideration. Accountability for their actions. Now, let's just flip the situation just a little bit. Let's say that she met this man. This man was a loving man, a respectable man. And this is a man that she, because of those qualities in him, she wanted to have a future with him. So she went and she married him. And after marrying him now, this man become like a pig by the side of the road. No longer he's keeping himself tidy. No longer he's keeping himself clean. He's not even brushing his teeth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he is saying that like, hey, you have to accept me the way I am. So like, this woman must come and sleep by this nasty man now who is not bathing, who is not taking care of himself, even though that you know that this is a hygienic problem, and a hygienic problem becomes a health problem just as a weight is a health problem. And she's trying to tell this man, hey, babe, I love you, and you need to do this, and so on and so on. No woman on this earth would want to accept a man like that. So it's just funny to me that a lot of time women would run to the rescue of other women when these women and them don't need rescuing with all this body positivity. What these women and them need is help and a reality check that there are certain things in life that it just is the way how it is.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Alrighty. Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye bye. I saw a comment a minute ago that I wanted to read. Debbie is saying, yeah, that's like 340 pounds. That's not a little weight. That's not a little weight. 340 pounds. That's not a little weight. That's a lot of weight. Someone here is also saying, welcome back, Aruna. Thanks. One thing I'm interested in is what is her state of mind? We can say all sorts of things, but how is she really feeling within herself? Is she lacking willpower, motivation? Is she depressed? Maybe she gets big and that is depressed. She got big and that is depressing to her. She has to be willing and it has to come from deep within. And that's the point I was making. I'm like, he can offer all the support he wants. He can do all the things necessary to get her there. But if she doesn't want to do it, it's like spitting top in mud. She has to have the willpower. And that's one of the things I was asking about as well, in terms of her self-confidence, because I'm sure that her confidence is taking a beating, especially when he expressed to her the reason he's no longer sexually attracted to her is because of her weight. But if my husband wants to tell me that, I don't think I know any other motivation. If my husband wants to say to me, listen, me ain't feeling you like that again, you get too big. I can't even get erection. Nothing happening. Dead. Really dead. Nothing ain't going on here. If that ain't motivation for me to get myself up and sort out my business, I don't know what is. But first, she needs to go to the doctor. And then, if it's not as a result of illness or any sickness, whatever, get up and get. If not for you, not for him, but for yourself. Because there are other factors. If you continue gaining weight, you can put your health at risk. Someone says throwing a spanner in the works. Let's say she does lose the weight and has excess skin due to the excessive weight again. Is he going to be there to support her with cosmetic surgery? Because that's another factor they would have to both deal with. So mentally, all sorts of things could be going in her head. Listen, lose excess skin compared to being sick. There's a lot of disease, illnesses that comes about as a result of excessive weight gain. And like he said, he doesn't want to. They plan to have children, but in his mind, having children is one where they all go out. They can all go hiking, running, walking, and he doesn't want to have children with somebody who could barely stand up for 2 minutes. So there's a lot to consider. So as the very first caller said, I think he should try again, change the narrative somewhat. Don't make her feel bad, don't make her feel guilty. I'm sure she already feels that way without hearing it from him. But try being more more. Someone says there's no 2 or 3 ways about it. Just let her know, tell her as it is. We like softening up and buttering up people too much with lies. Tell her the truth. It's either she can deal with it or not. Well, true, but we still have to be considerate about. Like I said, weight is not something that is as easy to deal with as it may seem. And people are very sensitive when it comes to their weight. Very, very sensitive. They may not say anything, but I'm sure they're self-conscious about it. They feel a way about it, and for whatever reason they may have gained it. You still have to, have some sort of consideration. You can't be too harsh because oh yeah, you've seen the person in front of you. That's not all. Their mental health. They probably some sort of illness contributed to it. Something is going on with them. There's a lot of things that we have to factor in without being mean. Yeah, sometimes we have to, soften our words somewhat. Other times calls for us being blunt and saying it as it is. But I've learned over the years that weight gain or weight loss or underweight, people feel a certain way. Makeda says, I can't stand that people are bashing him. He said nothing wrong. The average person wouldn't be attracted to someone who gained 200 pounds since they met. Love me as I am has its limits. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like this, that the fact that we're pushing this better or worse narrative. I don't like it. Worse isn't for something you can control. Worse is for something that you can't control, like illness, loss of a job, finances, things like that. An accident, something that you absolutely can't control. Then you work through it together. But like I said, if you just, because of your eating habits, you've gained a tremendous amount of weight, then you need to, it's either you want it or you don't. At the end of the day, he's going to decide if he wants to stay or he wants to leave or he wants to work through the idea through your journey with you. But he can't force you. Chad says the thing is most women think attraction stops once they're wearing a ring. Take me as I am, they say. And that is true. Listen, a lot of men complain. Someone, Janelle says, it's like saying bad breath is a flaw. No, it's not. There's a lot of things that can contribute to it. Halitosis. Plus, you probably have decaying teeth, or you don't brush properly, or you don't floss. A lot of things can contribute to it, but it's a fixable issue. So you're saying, Selvan, have a beautiful day. All right, Selvan. October is filled with lots of activities. We shall reconvene and come up with an itinerary soonest. All right, Mr. Ray. Have a great day. No, it's a personal decision. It's something you have to want to do. Nobody can force you to lose weight. It is something you have to make up your mind. It requires a lot of discipline. It requires you being focused on the prize, that is you losing the weight. And it's not just going to the gym, it's about what you eat. Because I've seen people who gym 24/7, like Selvan, and you can't see ounce of muscle or anything anywhere. Selvan lives in the gym. But when he comes out of the gym, his story is filled with lobster on Monday, shrimp on Tuesday, steak on Wednesday, seafood boil on Thursday, Friday salmon and lambi and other things. Selvan does not eat like rice and peas and stew turkey and rice and provision and those things. He's not like ordinary folks. Yeah, so that is something we have to take into consideration. Look at him telling people get in the gym. In the gym 365 days a year. Hand still thin, foot still thin. Anyways, let me go about my business. Someone says, I'm not saying the husband don't have a right to feel how he feels and put aside a weight gain is health related for a second, but he's the proper. But is he? Yes, he says that he's in proper shape. He says that um hold on. Says my wife and I are of the same age. They're 29 and my looks are normal. I look fit. So he says he look fit. So imagine he does not have can get he has to pretend to ejaculate and can't get an erection. Listen, I nothing else. Someone says you need a thyroid test. Yep. So I think she needs to do that first. Check off all the boxes first, and don't just discount it to you what you eat, but make sure that there are no underlying factors that are contributing to the weight gain. It could be. Someone says putting on weight at 29 is absolutely normal if you haven't been purposeful about being physically active. I had to purposefully begin exercising in my early 20s because I noticed unhealthy changes in my body while working a desk job. Thank you, Joel. Good morning, Royal Titus. All go, rude boy. Everything safe on your end? Yeah. Yeah, Selvon chest rich too much, Papa. Can be with man like Selvon and them. You can buy clothes for Selvon, you can buy food for Selvon. Selvon and them chest high, Papa. Selvon is the only person that's eating steak on a Wednesday. And every day of the week. I can manage. Anyway, let me take my last one and go about my business.
You cannot blame the woman alone for the size. When you pick up someone, you're supposed to have conversation with each other. Explain and tell the person, the opposite sex, what turns you on, what you don't like, and what you like. And then they discuss that. If you like a woman of a certain size and shape and look, you got to specify that to the person. If you don't like women that are big, then you do the same thing. And you don't try to bring out something like that to the public to be discussed first. You sit down and you have a conversation with the person. And if you find, well,
he did
things
have
are
a
not
conversation
working
with
out,
her. That's why he came
then
to
you
the
take it
public.
to the public to get your voice, to see and hear what other people have to say. And then you take it from there.
He did have a
Some women
conversation
are
with her.
just a little bit too comfortable when they're married because you're supposed to spice things up. Keep the flame burning.
Mhm.
Don't stop entertaining him. And if you're not working, you have ample time in the world to do what you got to do and wait for him to come home in the evening and give him all what makes him smile. If you don't do that, he may turn the other way. He may look the other way. If he really, really, really love you, then he may not look the other way. But sometimes women and vice versa give the other partner a chance to look the other way. Keep him looking at you all the time.
That's my point. Keep the flame burning. Not, oh, I'm married now, I have ring and finger inside house. I could do whatever. I could just let myself go. That's a point I've always raised. You have to act as the way we just met. Like we just met. Especially at 29, they don't even have children. So there's even an excuse to say, well, she didn't have time to exercise, or they have twins, or they have or they have 4 and 5, 6 children. So she doesn't have the time to take care of them. That is not even the issue, you know? Anywho's, I think that's all the time we've got. I will see you guys tomorrow, God's will, same time, same place, for another show. Thank you so much for all the calls. Thank you so much for the chat. Yeah, you guys been super active in the chat room today. Thank you so much. And those of you responded under the post, But when you come out this late hour yourself, you always late. Just say I'm gonna wrap up. When you come out?
Yeah, kind of late, but I inside. You know, first of all, this couple, do they have any children together?
No, they don't.
One. Two, Homer have to have a serious talk with the wife. And I think it also going to be ending up in counseling because you have to find out why. Is it a medical condition? That's why she put on so much weight, first of all. Secondly, is it, what is the reason to have her letting herself go like that, gaining so much weight? So there's a lot of questions need to be asked. Secondly, if he had an age and he consider himself fit or average weight or size, then he need to initiate the factor of starting a health or exercising, together, either going and walk, either joining a gym. There has to be a discussion, concerning the healthy lifestyle because they're two young couple. So they definitely have to have some sort of counseling and some sort of talk because you need to know why the weight gain and what the concept of it is. It she has low self-esteem and she just give up because she figures she married and or is it a medical condition? So these are things that they need to discuss. So first of all, you need to really have a serious conversation with her, and if it means going to a counselor. Anyway, all right, 2 cents for today. Have a good day.
All right, thanks so much. Have a good one. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place for another show. Thanks so much for checking in with us, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, as per usual, for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. All right.